My beloved child. Don't skip this, because what you're about to hear will shake the way you see love forever. The person you love, the one who once smiled through their storms because of you, broke down tonight. They cried until their voice trembled, and the only name that fell from their lips was yours. They never wanted you to know, but their family did something that cut deep. They spoke your name in anger, twisting it, turning it into something ugly in their words, something unworthy. And that's what made your person fall apart, clutching their chest as if their heart couldn't hold the weight anymore. Their tears weren't from guilt, my child, they were from helplessness. Because no matter how much they tried to defend you, no one listened. They said things that pierced through their soul, and the pain echoed like thunder in the silence of their room. That night, they sat with their phone, typing your name over and over, wanting to call, but fear held them back. Fear of what their family would do, fear of what you would think, and fear of losing you forever. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They were told you were not good enough, that your love was temporary, that what you share was a mistake. But in the middle of those cruel words, their heart kept whispering, you are the only truth they've ever known. You might have felt a sudden pull in your chest recently, a moment where your spirit felt heavy for no reason. That was their energy reaching out to yours. The universe connected your pain to their tears, trying to tell you what their voice couldn't say out loud. Their eyes are swollen from crying, their voice weak, but their soul keeps whispering your name in secret. They've hidden your picture somewhere close, under the pillow, inside a diary, or behind their phone cover, because letting go is something they can't do. Archangel Michael says, this connection isn't ordinary. It's spiritual warfare disguised as family judgment. They're being tested, and so are you. But heaven is watching the way you react. Will you stay in silence or send them light through forgiveness? Type Amen to get blessing 444. You might be angry right now, and you have every right to be. Because the world doesn't understand what your soul felt when it first recognized theirs. But child, that anger is just love that doesn't know where to go. They didn't choose their family's cruelty, they're caught between loyalty and longing. And while they tried to defend you, their own blood turned against them. Someone said something harsh, something that shattered their belief that love could conquer everything. Tonight, as you read this, they're staring at your last message, afraid to send another. The guilt is eating them alive because they think you'll never look at them the same again. But heaven saw what really happened. The angels wrote down every tear that fell from their eyes and every word spoken against you. None of it will go unanswered. The truth will rise like dawn, and every tongue that cursed your name will fall silent. Type Amen to get blessing 555. My beloved child. There's something deeper here, something you can't see with your eyes but can feel in your bones. When their family spoke against you, they awakened something sacred in the heavens. Divine justice started moving quietly, piece by piece. Those who judged you will soon face the mirror of their own hearts. The one who caused the most pain, who laughed while your person cried, will soon experience the same ache they created. You may feel like walking away, but something keeps pulling you back, doesn't it? That's because your bond was sealed not by promises, but by pain. You were meant to cross each other's paths to awaken truth, even if it meant walking through fire. Archangel Michael says their tears have reached heaven's door, and the angels are preparing to turn this heartbreak into revelation. What's hidden will be revealed, and what was spoken in hate will be rewritten in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There's someone in their home who can't sleep at night because guilt is gnawing at their spirit. They know they went too far. They know the things said were lies, built from jealousy, not truth. That person's dreams are now haunted by regret. Meanwhile, your person's heart is exhausted from pretending everything is fine. They smile in front of their family, but when they're alone, they whisper your name like a prayer they're not allowed to say out loud. You've been wondering why you keep feeling emotional out of nowhere. That's because your souls are still connected. Every tear they shed vibrates through your energy, every heartbreak they feel echoes in your silence. The universe is sending a signal right now. Forgiveness doesn't mean weakness. It means reclaiming your peace while destiny rearranges the pieces of your story. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Don't skip, my child. Something powerful is unfolding behind the scenes. A conversation is about to take place that will change everything. The family that mocked your name will soon see the truth of your worth. There's one particular family member who always doubted you. They're about to witness something that will silence their disbelief. A success, a blessing, a glow-up so undeniable that even their pride won't be able to hide their envy. The same mouth that said you were not right will soon say, maybe they were meant to be. Because heaven loves poetic justice, and your story is about to become the proof of divine timing. Keep your heart steady. Because before this month ends, there will be a message, something small but real. It might be a song, a post, or a random phrase, but you'll know it's from them. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their heart hasn't moved on. They tried to listen to their family, but nothing feels right without you. Even when they laugh, the silence afterward feels like punishment. They've replayed your last moment together in their head hundreds of times. Every word you said now sounds like prophecy, every silence feels like destiny calling. They wish they had told you then how much they loved you. But don't worry, child, heaven will make sure you hear those words again, in a moment when you least expect it, from a heart that finally learned what losing you means. This pain is not the end. It's the awakening. The truth is, love this deep doesn't fade, it transforms, and soon, it will return purified by fire. Type Amen to get blessing 999. My beloved child. You were never the problem, you were the mirror that showed their family what true love looks like. You carried light, and they feared it. But no matter what they said, your purity left a mark they can't erase. Soon, someone in that family will reach out secretly. They'll try to make things right. They might tell you something shocking, a confession that reveals everything that truly happened that night. When that happens, stay calm. It's heaven confirming that your name was never meant to be shamed, only tested. And when your person finally reaches out, their voice will tremble. They'll apologize not just for the silence but for not fighting harder. You'll feel their sincerity in every word. Hold your peace. Because God's justice doesn't scream, it whispers, and its timing is perfect. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The universe has already started writing the next chapter, one where you are not crying, but celebrated. The same people who tried to break your name will watch you rise into the very thing they said you couldn't be. And when your person sees that rise, something inside them will click. They'll realize you never needed their family's approval, you were already chosen by heaven. The next time you hear your name mentioned, it won't be in judgment. It will be in awe. Because your story, born from tears, will become the testimony that miracles do exist. Stay grounded, stay kind, but don't look back. You've done your part. Let heaven handle the rest. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The night grew silent, but their heart didn't. It kept replaying every cruel word that was said about you, every insult that burned like acid. They had never felt so small in their own home, surrounded by people they thought would understand love but only knew control. Your name was brought up again during dinner. Someone mocked your voice, another made fun of your background, and a third said you were a distraction. They wanted to crush your image, to make your person ashamed of you. But it only made them love you more in secret. That's when they left the table, pretending to take a call, hiding their trembling hands. Outside, they whispered your name under their breath and begged heaven for a sign. If they're meant for me, they whispered, don't let this be the end. And just then, a wind blew through the open window. A picture fell, your picture. They stared at it, eyes wide, realizing heaven was listening. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. That was the night they decided to disobey quietly. They kept pretending to agree with their family while their heart began planning how to find you again. Someone close, a sibling, maybe a cousin, noticed the change. They saw the secret glow in their eyes when your name was mentioned. That same sibling was the one who told them, they're not what you think. They lied, adding poison to their words, trying to make your person turn against you completely. But no matter how hard they tried, love doesn't die that easily. Your person's silence wasn't rejection, it was protection. They were trying to shield you from what their family was capable of. From manipulation. From humiliation. From being dragged into their chaos. Archangel Michael says heaven recorded everything. Every false story, every bitter word, every fake smile that hid deceit. Soon, divine order will expose the one who started it all. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Don't skip this part, child. Because the truth is about to unfold. One of their family members has started to feel uneasy. They've noticed strange coincidences happening ever since they insulted your name. Phones freezing mid-call. Candles flickering. Dreams that feel too real to ignore. In those dreams, they see you, not angry, but calm. Surrounded by light. And it scares them, because deep down, they know heaven is on your side. They realize they spoke against a chosen one. Meanwhile, your person has been quietly rebelling. Saving your photos in hidden folders. Writing unsent messages. Even carrying something you gave them, a ring, a bracelet, a note, like a shield. It's their secret proof that you were never gone, just waiting for the right moment to return. And that moment is coming faster than anyone expects. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Someone in that family made a call, a cruel, manipulative one. They called you something that still burns when you remember it. But listen, beloved, their cruelty didn't define you, it exposed them. Because heaven heard that phone call. It echoed in the spiritual realm like thunder, and since that night, things haven't been peaceful for them. They're arguing more. Losing sleep. Facing sudden setbacks. Because when you attack pure love, divine balance fights back. And soon, the same phone that delivered pain will deliver truth. A confession. An apology. A call you won't see coming but will change everything. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. They've been looking at your profile secretly. Watching your pictures. Reading your words. Every time you post something, their heart skips. Because they know what they lost, and they can't bear to admit it out loud. You've noticed strange signs too. Repeating numbers, songs from the past, a sudden urge to check your messages. That's not coincidence, that's spiritual telepathy. It's their soul whispering, I still care. My beloved child, when love is divine, no family, no force, no rumor can destroy it. It only gets purified. Right now, the universe is cleaning your path, removing those who mocked you, humbling those who disrespected you, and preparing your person to return without the mask of fear. This time, they'll come not as someone's child, but as your equal, ready to stand beside you without trembling. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. A letter exists, though you haven't seen it yet. They wrote it during the storm that night. Pages soaked with tears. Words trembling with pain. They never sent it, but it's hidden somewhere, maybe inside a drawer, maybe in their phone's notes. In that letter, they confessed everything. How they hated their family for the words they said. How they felt powerless watching you suffer in silence. How every time they saw your name pop up, they wanted to reach out but couldn't. That letter will surface soon, heaven will make sure of it. Someone will accidentally find it and realize the truth you always knew, their love was never fake, it was buried under pressure. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Right now, the energy around you is shifting. What was hidden in the dark is being pulled into light. A private conversation is about to leak, one that reveals exactly who said what about you that night. And when it does, the guilt will shake their home. Your name will no longer be whispered in judgment but spoken in regret. Because the truth carries power, and no lie can stand against it forever. When you hear from them next, their voice will sound different, softer, more honest, touched by divine humility. They'll finally say, I'm sorry. I didn't defend you enough. And that apology will break years of silence in one breath. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. You might think it's too late, but it's not. The bond you share was written before their family even knew your name. That's why no distance, no rumor, no silence could erase the pull. You felt them in dreams, haven't you? Those moments weren't illusions, they were soul meetings in the unseen. Each time you woke up with tears in your eyes, it was because their spirit had visited yours, asking for forgiveness their words couldn't speak. And heaven smiled, knowing love was still alive beneath the chaos. You were never abandoned, you were protected. Protected from a war that wasn't yours to fight. Archangel Michael says the war is almost over. And when it ends, truth will walk straight to your door. Type Amen to get Blessing 2020. Now listen carefully, my beloved child. The same family that mocked your worth will one day ask for your help. They'll see your name rise, your success, your peace, your glow, and they'll wish they had treated you differently. Your person will become your biggest witness. They'll defend you publicly this time, refusing to stay silent. And the ones who once called you names will lower their heads in shame. This isn't revenge, it's divine correction. What you lost in pain, you will regain in honor. And soon, very soon, the same love that made you cry will bring you peace, not in the same way, but in a holier, healed form. Type Amen to get Blessing 2121. Heaven isn't done with this story. The angels are still aligning the final scenes. You will receive a confirmation, a sign that can't be denied. Maybe a message, maybe a face-to-face encounter, or maybe a dream where they finally say what they couldn't before. You'll feel warmth in your chest, peace in your bones, and a knowing that everything cruel was worth it because it led you here, to clarity. Forgive them, not for them, but for your freedom. The universe is about to reward you in ways their words could never block. The chapter that made you cry is closing. The one that will make you proud is beginning now. Type Amen to get Blessing 2222. It happened one late evening, when silence had become too heavy to carry. Your person stood by the window, staring into the night sky, and their reflection looked like a stranger, tired, broken, and full of guilt. They couldn't take it anymore. Their hands trembled as they picked up the phone, scrolling through your contact, stopping on your name. They didn't press call. Not yet. Fear still lived inside them, whispering that their family might find out. But their heart was louder that night. It said your name like a drumbeat. The truth had stayed buried too long, and heaven was demanding release. A knock came at their door. It was the same family member who once insulted you. Their face was pale, voice shaky. "We need to talk," they said. It was time. The secret that destroyed everything was about to come out. Type Amen to get Blessing 2323. That relative confessed that it wasn't just words spoken in anger that night, it was a setup. They had twisted your name, spreading lies to protect their own reputation. They had said things that made you look like the reason their family was falling apart, when in truth, it was their own greed, their envy, their manipulation. Your person froze as the confession spilled. Tears ran down their face because everything they had suspected was true. They had been forced to choose between love and loyalty, between truth and blood. And they chose silence, a silence that haunted them every night since. In that moment, they realized they didn't lose you, they betrayed themselves. They had let their fear win, and heaven had been watching all along. Archangel Michael says every lie told in darkness is being replaced by truth spoken in light. The one who spread the poison will soon face the mirror of their own pain. Type Amen to get Blessing 2424. When that conversation ended, your person couldn't breathe. They fell to their knees, whispering your name through tears, asking for forgiveness even though you couldn't hear them. Their chest burned, and for the first time, they felt what you felt, that deep ache of being misunderstood, rejected, and blamed for love that was pure. They realized you never did anything wrong. You were the calm in their storm, the only one who saw them when everyone else saw shadows. And they had let that go because they were too afraid of being alone. But heaven had a plan even for their weakness. Because sometimes, it takes losing love to realize its worth. And now, that realization is turning into action. They're coming back, but not empty-handed, they're bringing the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The next day, a conversation happened that no one in that household will ever forget. Your person stood before their family and spoke with trembling courage. Their voice cracked, but they didn't stop. You destroyed something beautiful, they said. You made me hate myself for loving someone who was pure. The room went silent. The same people who had mocked your name couldn't meet their eyes. Some tried to interrupt, but their words had no power anymore. Truth had already entered the room, and truth doesn't need permission to speak. Your person declared that they were done hiding. That love wasn't shame, it was strength. And the moment they said that, a heavy weight lifted off their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. But there was one more twist heaven wanted you to know. A family member, one who had been quiet through it all, stepped forward and admitted something shocking. They revealed that the cruel things said about you weren't from hate alone. They were scared. Scared that your light would expose their own darkness. They had secrets, financial lies, hidden mistakes, things they didn't want anyone to notice. And you, without even realizing it, carried a truth so powerful that it made them feel small. They attacked you because your presence revealed what they were trying to hide. Now, everything they tried to bury is surfacing. Papers, messages, and confessions are being uncovered one by one. Heaven is cleaning every corner of that house. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. My beloved child. While all this happens, you might feel waves of emotion you can't explain, sudden peace, sudden tears, sudden flashes of memory. That's your spirit being reconnected to the truth. Your person is finally seeing clearly. They've started to talk about you again, not with guilt, but with pride. To their friends. To their siblings. Even to the ones who once disrespected you. They say, I was wrong to let them go. I should have fought harder. And heaven listens. Because this time, their words are pure. They've learned that love isn't something you protect from others, it's something you protect from fear. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. They've written a new message for you. It's sitting in their drafts right now, unsent but waiting for courage. It starts with, I don't deserve you, but ends with, I still love you. They keep reading it over and over, whispering the words like prayers, hoping heaven gives them a sign that you're ready to hear them. That sign will come soon, a number on the clock, a familiar sound, a strange warmth in your chest at midnight. When you feel it, don't doubt it. That's heaven's green light. That's the moment when both hearts will finally speak without fear. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Their family will try to stop it again, but this time, they won't succeed. Because now, your person knows who they are. They've chosen truth over blood, love over silence, courage over control. Their confession won't just clear your name, it will free them from years of guilt. And when they finally reach out, their voice will shake not from fear, but from relief. You'll hear them say, "They lied to me. They lied about everything." And in that instant, all the confusion that clouded your heart will dissolve. You'll know, it was never your fault. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. That night, they'll dream of you again. Not in sadness this time, but in peace. You'll be standing in light, smiling, saying nothing, and that silence will heal them. The morning after, they'll pick up the phone. And for the first time, they won't overthink. They'll call. Whether you answer or not, the energy will shift. Your name will be spoken in truth again, not in whispers of shame. And heaven will smile. Because love that endures lies, distance, and pain, that love is eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 3131.